Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Robert Spetta here with you today. It is currently the 28th of July, 2014. We are watching the tropics just fire up today. We have two tropical depressions at this time. One out there just towards the east of the Philippines, the other one just towards the east of Guam. Both of these, at least at this time, do not display signs, and I repeat that do not, at least at this time, display signs of becoming major typhoons. But they both are going to be causing their own slew of problems. So first, let's talk about this low pressure area, which is now just towards the east of the Philippines. It's a tropical depression, according to the Japan Meteorology Agency. According to Pagasa, it's a low pressure area. But the big thing is, Pagasa has actually put out heavy rain and monsoonal and gale warnings associated with this tropical depression because you have it here, but you have that monsoonal inflow feeding into the storm system, allowing it to develop more into the next several days. But the problem is, as that moisture flows across the Philippines, every time we see a low in the Philippine Sea, this is always the case. This shouldn't be a surprise to you people. It's a habagat. It's that enhanced monsoon flood threat. And parts of Visayas first here by Monday and the Tuesday, but even switching over towards Manila by Wednesday, could be seeing that threat of flooding and landslide. So as we look ahead, that is definitely going to be the major problem out here in the Philippines, and really with this storm system, which I would like to call a monsoonal gyre type of a storm. What that means really is that it has this very big circulation around it, but it's not very organized. It just has a lot of rainfall, and that's going to be the big problem with this low pressure area. As we take a look ahead, though, it does look like this eventually is going to be impacting those of you across Taiwan and the southern Japanese islands. Now, the big thing to note with it, though, is that, like I said, it's not going to become a typhoon, so this isn't going to be a Nagori type situation, but it is going to bring some rainfall to areas of Taiwan and the southern Japanese islands, which have seen an absurd amount of rain the last week as Matmo pushed overhead, and even Okinawa, you saw an absurd amount of rain when Nagori came. You're probably going to be seeing some gale force winds out of the south, though, as this does push off there towards the west. Naha, I really wouldn't worry about tropical storm strength winds, but it is going to be breezy and definitely scattered showers throughout the day on Wednesday and heading over towards Thursday. Really, just be ready for some windy conditions. You might be put in storm watch if you are the military out here, and I do expect gale warnings to also be issued for much of the southern Japanese islands. Taiwan still drying up after Matmo, and it does look like this is probably going to bring some heavy rainfall. Some areas, especially along the western seaboards, could see as much as 200-300 millimeters of rain. Definitely, this could cause the threat of flooding as well. So this is something we're really going to watch through the coming days. Eventually, though, that is going to move off farther towards the north and start to weaken out. Wind reports at this time, though, do show the, well, basically size of this storm system. You have some strong northerly winds coming in, about 12 knots off there towards the north. And look at that, about 30-knot winds along the southern periphery of this over there towards Palau. Some of these are ship observations, some of them buoys. But you can see that large circulation right in there just due to these observations out over the water. The other area we are talking about today, though, is to Guam, where high surf advisories have been put in place due to our other tropical depression. Actually, that is from the Japan Meteorological Agency, but the U.S. military, the JTWC. Also, the Guam National Weather Service will follow in what the U.S. military says. They have issued a TCFA on this, which means a high risk of development into a tropical depression over the course of the next 24 hours. This one, I think if one was going to become strong and cause problems outside of rain, this is the low. This one is a little more compact. It likely has a lot more time to organize as it pushes off there towards the west. The key thing, though, we have to watch the overall background flow of exactly where this is going to be going. It potentially could push out there towards the southern Japanese islands. GFS is actually initializing this to go towards Japan and maybe even over towards Taiwan. There's a lot of scenarios that could play out depending on exactly where this storm system forms up and where it goes. The big thing, though, is one major factor, actually, and that goes back to its big brother over here towards the west, this monsoonal gyre type of a storm system. It has a lot of moisture in it, and it has a huge circulation. I mean, by Big Brother, take a look at this. You have your low over here towards the west, and our low over here towards the east of Guam. This one, if it ventures too close to the big monsoonal low, it will gobble it up. It would just suck all the energy out of it. That is what actually some of the numerical models are picking up on. Some of the other ones, they see that kind of splitting up. That's what the European model is actually showing right here. As long as these two lows stay apart, we could see development of our storm system over here towards Guam. They have to have a decent distance between them, though, because if not, this one will just suck in all the energy, all the cloud cover, and tear it apart and suck it over there towards the west. The NavGem actually is showing this low pressure area basically moving off here towards the north. Really, it doesn't initialize it at all. It just basically shows the monsoonal dryer over there towards the west, sucking it up and just sucks in all the energy, and nothing comes out of this storm system. As you can see right here, it just stays very, very weak, and the big one towards the west keeps all the energy. The GFS, on the other hand, I want to show both of these models because this is why you look at several different models. You just don't look at one. This one keeps the system somewhat separated and initializes our tropical towards the east, still keeps it small, but as the monsoonal low pushes off towards the north, out there towards Korea, enough space develops between both of these that it becomes stronger and possibly a typhoon by next Monday. That's what we're seeing right now. That's why, though, I haven't said anything too certain for this low, the one near Guam, because there's a lot of factors in place at this time. Will it even develop? We do know Guam and Saipan are going to see a lot of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Even our storm chaser, J-Meds, is out there in Guam now. This was the photo he shot there today. Some rain showers with the monsoonal rains out there. That's what you're seeing right now. You're probably going to see foul weather really go downhill on Wednesday and the Thursday as our low pushes overhead. But beyond that, is it going to develop into something more significant? Maybe, maybe not. What we can say for certain is we're definitely going to watch it. We're also watching the monsoonal flow coming across the Philippines. And I do think for those of you into the southern Japanese islands, you're probably going to be seeing some sort of foul weather later on this week. So, yeah, that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for watching here at westernpacificweather.com. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can always post them there into the comment box below. I always appreciate your feedback. And, yeah, thanks again for watching. Stay safe out there.